welcome to this conversation with Shaji Prabhakaran, Secretary General of the India Football Federation. Some very good weeks for Indian football. I mean, whether it's the victory in the Hero Intercontinental Cup and now finals of the SAF after a nervy semi-final in the last night with Lebanon. I mean, yes, Igor Stimac sitting in the gallery, all of us had our hearts in our mouths. But thankfully, all of us celebrated pretty late into the night. So, Mr. Prabhakaran, I saw your video where all of you are celebrating and Stimac also celebrating. First thoughts, how was it? How tense were you?
We were never expecting that it will go all the way to the penalties. Yeah, but then, at the end, we are a deserving winner, and there is momentum, and there is great atmosphere for football. We thank all the fans for the great support, and the team has delivered on the pitch, and that's what all we are working for. And that's a moment for us all to come together and celebrate on court. And this is for the first time teams from outside SAF region are participating. And just we thought when we were deciding that we need to add the competitiveness in the SAF championship, and what exactly been demonstrated, adding Lebanon and Kuwait added to the competitive flavor of the competition, and we reaching final, and it was a good game for a neutral as well. It was a very competitive game. Lebanon was better than what they were at the Cuttack, at Bhubaneswar during the Intercontinental final. But our boys really fought hard, and they defended well. They believed in themselves, and that's the mentality we have today. Because they are focused towards achieving something incredible for India, and that is where we are working as one team.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, when I think back to those days when we lost to Guam, and from there 160 whatever to making it back to the top 100 has been quite a journey. So without doubt. Let me ask you some uncomfortable questions, Mr. Prabhakaran. Your annual general meeting is just about a day away, and there has been some media reports talking about financial irregularities. When the on-pitch story is so good, why is it happening now? There are two specific questions that are being raised. One, about your own salary. People are saying, and there is a former president of the Andhra Pradesh Association writing that nobody knew about your salary, which is way high, 12.5 lakhs. How is it that it was happened and approved? Your thoughts on that, please. I mean, how is it possible? Because you can't be taking salary under the table. It is all audited. It is all out in the public domain, what money you get. So how is it that people are now raising all these questions?
I think these are people who have no stake in the game first, yeah, and they want to derail all the good work, all the developments taking place in Indian football, and if they can target me, that shows that I'm doing something good. That's absolutely, and I being a professional, and if I'm paid a salary, it is all accounted for, yeah, and I'm not taking salary in cash. It is coming through the bank account, yeah, and I being a professional, and I wanted a certain level of salary, which I'm still not getting what I truly deserve, yeah, and there should not be comparison, because what I can deliver as a professional Secretary General, India being a fastest growing economy in the world, sports organizations need to be very professional, and we need top professionals at every level, and that is the struggle we have, because we don't have that level of people coming in, because we cannot afford them, yeah, because India has the world's best human capital, but football doesn't have world's best human capital in India, yeah, except few, and that's the reason is we are not able to pay them well. But if somebody is paid, you have to answer what you are delivering, yeah, and that is what it's accountable for, yeah. And I paid, I'm being paid. It is not that my decision; it is a management decision. Yeah, I'm not cutting my own check. Absolutely not. It has been done by the board, after the finance committee decision that they have done. But then, it is not about money at the end. how we can take football forward. And if we have seen, ranking is one aspect. We have only moved up. Yeah, we are top 100 now, and we will only move up. Yeah, and we have to realize that we have come up with a strategic roadmap, Vision 2047, and that is a document. It's not on paper. It's just not paper. We need to deliver that. To deliver that, you need to be, having a right approach in every aspect. If we continue to do what was done, we will only go down. We will not go up. And
just for the record, the former BCCI CEO got paid, I think, 6 times or 5 times of what you are being paid now. Number one, I think any television channel CEO gets paid twice or 3 times the amount that you get paid now. So why is it, do you think? I mean, isn't this a mentality that, oh, you know what, how can a football professional get this kind of money? Is it not self-defeating to a degree when ISL players are now getting in crores? And I welcome that development. So why is it that when a professional gets paid reasonably decently, do such people make these comments? Because I think this is self-defeating to a degree.
I think it's just a mindset of people who have not even kicked a ball in their life. That's the basic. Yeah? And to get to a level, you need to pay, well, those professionals. And you rightly pointed out, say, in a corporate world, in a cricket, BCCI itself, even our players, even our coaches, yeah, they get competitively good salaries. And our players, what they get, some of them even get opportunities to play some part of the world. They don't go because India is paying well. Yeah, that's the fact. But see, the important thing is, it's not about the salary. The discussion should not be about the salary. A discussion should be about how we can take the game forward, collectively together. Yeah, and how we put the accountability in the system, how we improve the transparency in the system, how we can grow the game at every level. And that's all is important. Because see, this mindset of questioning somebody's salary is primitive. Yeah, India is not at that level.
What about the second one? I mean, they're saying the broadcast deal has been given with a 5-day tender to a Calcutta-based company. Obviously, the argument is towards Kalyan Chaubey, the president, who is from Calcutta. Your thoughts on that?
See, absolutely. See, these are again, what you say, trying to point finger unnecessarily to create, some, bad publicity for football in India. Yeah, everything, the process for giving tender. And it is recorded. It is, we had a Zoom call with all the participants of the bidders, yeah, and they all took part in an open discussion. And then the bid went to the lowest bidder, yeah, and there were experts, and there were our committee members, all were there, and it is on record. Yeah, it is nothing. That record is still, it was a Zoom meeting we organized with involving everyone to finalize. To understand, because see, the quality of the production, quality of the broadcast is directly takes you to the different level. And say today, a live streaming you can do with a mobile handset, which might cost you say 2,000, 3,000 per match. But then that doesn't add up to your product value. The whole, say, like you can do from 3,000 to certain million one match. That is the level of the cameras, the lenses, the slow motion replays, all that, the number of cameras, all that. See, unmanned cameras, manned cameras. There are n number of different varieties. People doesn't understand that. Some of them, yeah. Those who can understand to create, the position of football in India, you need to compete. You need to compete with kabaddis of this India and the cricket of this India. And that is where, we can bring the engagement. Once the engagement doesn't come, how are you going to, those who are investing, see, we are not doing charity. Those who are investing into the game, they need return. Yeah, and it is our responsibility to improve our product, improve the
I
quality.
agree. Because see,
And
ultimately the consumption experience of the fan will define what the sport is about. I mean, take FIFA, there are 30 plus cameras, 25 plus cameras. Take cricket, IPL has 25 plus cameras. Look at the kind of technology they've invested in. And that is what irritates me, that you're talking about what, 7 crores, 13 crores, something like that, when other broadcasts have spent hundreds of crores to try and improve the product. If you deliver a quality product, don't you think that it will generate sponsorship? It will then generate more money. Subsequently, once the product is of quality, the return on investment will also go up. Isn't that the thought process?
absolutely, see, we are working on that thought process. Yeah, we, to improve overall the quality and our services, because it is again a service industry. Sports is a service industry, an entertainment industry, where if because more you engage through digital and broadcasting platforms, huh? And if the quality is not good, why you will spend your time and money into watching something, huh? And if Sunil Chhetri is scoring a wonderful goal, yeah, or your Asha Latia is defending well, we cannot be having a two different modes of putting that game to public, yeah. And that is the level of thought process we are putting in, so that we have the right positioning. And without right positioning, we cannot get the investment from and the value for our partners, value for our sponsors, value for our fans who are investing incredibly, time, energy, resources into the game. And we are responsible. And we have to have that global thought process in functioning, in delivering every aspect of the game in India. We cannot be thinking, what has happened in 70s or 90s, or what previously somebody has done something in 50,000 or 40,000. That there is no comparison. We are still, far away from the best. We cannot improve. We will see. People forget, some of them. See, we have very clearly stated that we want to go up our commercial revenue by 500%. How that will happen? Without investing into the game, you cannot get return. Yeah? And that is the mindset we are working, and very open. Yeah. But see, we welcome any suggestions to improve, because we are all responsible people. Yeah. We have a track record. We have credibility. We will not do things, just to, for our own. No, we are investing our 24 hours into the game to make sure that we go up, and that is what we can experience. Yeah? See, if the players are delivering on ground, that means something, and we need to value that. We need to come together to celebrate that, so that we can elevate everything, rather than we pull each other, so that we somebody will enjoy saying, oh, this, and that is really criminal. That is criminal. Yeah. And these people need to understand, that this should not be allowed to happen, because you just take names, you just trying to crucify somebody who have not done any crime. Yeah. And our president, who is for the first time a former player, he's thinking about the game, he's spending time for the game, and trying to do his best. So therefore, we all are working as one team. And therefore, pointing finger is absolutely just to derail things. And with this only take us backward.
I leave it at that, Mr. Prabhakaran, because it was important that I asked you these questions, because the tough questions, and you decided to answer them. I mean, that is important, because when we set up this interview, and I'm putting it on record, I actually told you that I'm going to ask all the tough questions. Are you agreeable? And at one go, you said, yes, I am. And that is why we went ahead with it. So it shows something. It shows transparency and accountability on your part. I will leave our viewers to decide, because you've clearly put out your side of the story, and that's what is important to know. And again, well done on the SAF competition. Hopefully, India will win the final and will be able to celebrate. And hopefully, your journey in taking Indian football forward will continue without any hindrance. But once again, thank you very much for taking my questions. They were tough, I agree, but it is important to take the tough questions. Thank you very much, Shaji Prabhakaran, for joining me.
Thank you. Pleasure.